Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another real weather forecast. Now, I've been having multiple and numerous questions about the Daytona 500 forecast, and unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be quite an active and wet weekend. And by the thumbnail here, you can already guess that this is a radar imagery of, or what radar will look like in the future, and it's going to be a quite sloppy mess out there. Now, on the good side, there won't be really any severe weather. It'll be more of just continuous, showery, at sometimes heavy rain. And I'll go more in depth with that later. So, first off, let's go straight to the thumbnail. So, right now, here is a composite radar reflectivity of the NAM model, which pretty much looks at smaller scale processes like thunderstorms, and convection, rainfall. And if we take into motion, now here is tonight, actually probably about this time. And you can see got some moisture going to approach the panhandle area. And if we go look at the radar currently, head over to here, yep, and that exactly what it shows. Some rainfall trying to pop up into North Florida and southern Georgia. Now, this will start to filter in and continue to fill in through the area overnight and into the morning times. And this is the type of rain we're going to be seeing most of the day tomorrow. It's just constant light to sometimes moderate rain. And it will actually get chillier tomorrow too, as there is a cold front approaching the area along with the rain. So the model does see that. And as we head into motion, you can see it still streams along the area. Here is overnight into the morning hours. Here's the morning of tomorrow morning. And you can start to see starting to show some Lexi pockets, a little heavier rain on the west coast, starting to fill in north of the I-4 corridor. And we bring into motion, this model is showing some decently pockets of heavier rain ahead of the main showery weather. And this will just keep feeding in all day, on and off tomorrow, and it'll actually start to intensify even more as we head into later Saturday, which the peak heaviest rain looks to be overnight Saturday into probably afternoon of Sunday. And you can see it really starts to flare up. Fills in most of Central Florida, on and off rains. This can be a really like a very nasty day. And something that's catching my attention a little bit is you can see down here in South Florida, not really much rain down there because the low pressure is still over here and the cold front's up in here. Sorry, let me draw that to make it look a little more appealing. So, so right now, the low is around this area, and there's a cold front right up here, and the rain is. So what this low pressure system is doing is riding right along the cold front, bringing all this convection with it, showery activity, and probably might be a warm front down here, probably more down here, and then you can think this as the warm sector. So what that means is, go back, if you head back in here and look at the temperatures for Sunday, you can see there's that little gradient right there said, and here's the warmer section of Florida, which is by far probably the easiest, but it'll still be hard to get some stronger storms to pop up, as there still is limited instability in the air. But my guess is if you want to see any kind of thunderstorm activity, it would be more down here in South Florida and maybe right hugging around the coast and the Treasure Coast. And there's actually a very strong temperature gradient going on here. There's a 40s up in Panhandle and almost 80 down here in Miami. So that tells me is the cold front is probably situated right about right about in this area, roughly right here. Maybe a little more north than that up here. And what's that's telling me is so up here would be more of like the light shower, cold, miserable day. Down here won't be as showery, but not until later in the day, which the model is picking up. So I go look up here, you can see you have some possible superciliar action going on off the coast down there. Now, there's a very, very, very small chance we'll see anything too strong, as the instability is just very, very limited. But of course, the weather has its own mind and do whatever it wants. So it is still possible. We're not in a marginal risk for severe weather. We are in marginal risk for excessive rainfall on the coast, especially Sunday when that low starts to go offshore. And now the model won't show very far ahead, but as this low tracks across the state, that's terrible L, it'll move this way, and then by later into Sunday, into Monday morning, it'll be out here, and you get that wind from the northeast, which will return flow of some more backside showers and maybe some storms, mostly shower activity, which we can definitely see that in the model here. So here's the GFS, shows here's that bulk rain. That is unfortunately 7 o'clock, February 18th, which is during the peak hours of the 500, which it does start at 2:30, and it will definitely, absolutely, at the very least, they will start it much later and postpone it. Now heading into, you can see there's a low exiting the region. Here's Monday afternoon, and you can still see some activity offshore moving around the low, which so along the coast still can see some activity going on. Usually just some showery activity, lots of wind. It'll be a little rough at the beaches, so be careful if you want to check out the beach. And the euro, it's a little different, very different. The low is well away from the area and much weaker, but there is similarity. Still some moisture right there along the area. So I expect Monday to be just still a chance of rain south of the Cape. Now here's a little graphic from the NWS in Melbourne, and so what they expect the timing is the highest coverage will be the highest coverage north of Lake Kissimmee up by Titusville and Daytona Beach, Orlando area will be tomorrow afternoon into early mornings of Sunday, even to maybe probably Sunday afternoon, which means like the highest coverage, like who's gonna get the strongest rain, and then that will start to shift slowly down south through over the time on Sunday, and the model's been showing roughly between 1 to 3 inches of rain. There has been some spots of like 4 to 5 inches, mostly right along the coast or up here by Melbourne, as the low tracks in between Daytona and Stewart. And with that low, the winds will be starting to pick up a lot, especially from the north, a little breezy with 30-35 gusts. So the waves definitely pick up along with the rip currents. So be careful if you're heading to the beach if you want to go to the beach in the rain. Now, the fronts, this is a cool little graphic on the Weather Prediction Center. You can see there is a cold front that slides through and stalls out Saturday tomorrow. And then the low tracks right along it, gives us a chance for some rain, storms, mostly rain. And the rain totals, so here is for mostly tomorrow. You can see most of the rain tomorrow will fall into central North Florida. Not not really showing too much heavy rain, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch, but the main bullseye looks to fall unfortunately during the 500. And oh, actually, this just updated, and now it's showing, yeah, nice little bullseye up here. Unfortunately, between Daytona and looks like maybe Fort Pierce, about 2 inches, huh? And then here is Monday. You can see they're still showing some precip amounts along the coast as that low exits the coast. An excessive rainfall. There's a marginal risk along the east coast, and then over here, California is getting more rain again. They've been getting a lot of rain over there. If you want me to talk about that, I could drop in the comments, and I'll talk about California. And so yeah, so overall, wet weekend. Unfortunately, bad timing for the 500. Um, Hopefully the rain exits before the sun goes down Sunday. If not, either they will push the race more and more until midnight, because I went during 2021 and it stormed on and off the day, and each in between breaks they'll dry the track as fast as possible, keep racing, then it'll rain again, I had to stop, and I was there till 1 a.m. That was miserable, but it was interesting. But looks like this time, since it's continuous rain, they can't really dry it until the rain exits, which unfortunately looks like won't be until definitely after 2:30. So they'll definitely have to start the race until either later or push it Monday. So hopefully the rain exits fast and then the race can begin. So other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you updated. And if they do race, keep a pot and show ready, 'cause it will rain. It will be also very chilly too, in the 50s, low 60s while it's raining, and the wind. So it'll be kind of miserable this weekend, unfortunately. It's a great day to celebrate presidents. All right, thank you for watching, and enjoy your day and the weekend.